Good morning. This is George Kahn, and this is today's Quiet Echo. You learn a few things standing behind a register for 30 years. One of them is the weight of a quarter in your palm. And another one is this: almost nobody ever looks at one. A coin crosses my counter a few hundred times in a day. It comes from a hand, into my hand, into the drawer. Or it comes out of the drawer, into my hand, and into somebody else's. And in all of the traveling back and forth, I am usually the only person in the whole exchange who actually looks at the thing. People look hard at the bills. They count the bills twice. But the coins? The coins they do not even see. They hold out a palm and they look away. So I was the one who noticed back in the winter when the quarters started to change. I was making a customer's change one morning and a coin came up out of the drawer I had never seen before. So I stopped and I turned it in my fingers, the way you do with something new. And on the back of it was a little scene I had to tilt toward the light to make out. A signing of some kind. A few men gathered around a table. And down along the edge there were two dates, where a coin usually only has one: 1776 and 2026. I went home and I read about it. It turns out the mint has been doing this all year long, very quietly, and almost nobody has noticed because almost nobody looks at their change. For the country's 250th birthday, they went and redesigned the coins in your pocket. 5 brand new quarters, and each one is a different piece of the story. The Mayflower Compact, the Revolutionary War, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Gettysburg Address. There is a new dime too, the first one in 80 years, and every one of them is stamped with those same 2 dates: the year the country got started, and the year it turned around to take a good look at itself. And here is the part you should know. It is for 1 year only. Next year, the coins all go back to the way they were. So whatever passes through your hands in these next few months is something you are not going to hold again. Now, let me tell you what I have watched happen at my counter since the winter. Most people take their change without a single glance. I will hand a man the Declaration of Independence, and he drops it straight into the cup holder without ever looking down. And it is all right. People are busy. A fellow counting out his lunch money is not standing there thinking about Philadelphia. I understand it. For 30 years, I was handing back history and not saying a word about it myself. My father stood at a register before me in a smaller town with an accent heavier than mine. He used to say the cash drawer was the most honest place in America. Everybody's money looked the same in it. The bankers and the busboys, the same coins in the same little tray. He loved this about the country. I think he would have liked these new quarters. But every now and then, somebody stops. Last week, a girl, maybe 9 years old, took her coins from me, and she went completely still. She was staring at one of them. She asked her mother what it was, and her mother did not know. So then she asked me, and I told her she was holding the Gettysburg Address. Well, she did not know what it was either. So I told her, right there, with a line of people waiting behind her. I said it was the place where a man stood up after a terrible, terrible battle, and he told the whole country it was going to keep on going. And she looked at the quarter a good while longer, and then, instead of handing it to her mother for the purse, she put it down deep in her own pocket. She kept it. I have been thinking about her all week. I keep turning it in my head, the same way I turn the coins in my hand. Because a coin is the one single piece of this country every last person holds. It does not ask you who you voted for. It does not care one bit what you think about anything at all. It goes from the hand of a man who came here from someplace else, a man like me, into the hand of a man whose family has been here 300 years. And then it comes right back again, all day long, in every town. And nobody makes a speech about it. We cannot seem to agree on very much right now, you and I, but we all still reach down into the same drawer. And for this 1 year, what is sitting in the drawer is the country's own story. Somebody decided to take 250 years of us and press it into the smallest, most ordinary thing we hand back and forth, and then they trusted us to notice it. Most of us will not, but some of us will. A girl in my line did. So here is the only thing I am going to ask of you, and it will not cost you a penny. The next time somebody hands you your change before it goes into the cup holder, just look at the back of it. See which one you got. The Mayflower, the war, the signing. And if there is a child standing anywhere near you, put it in their hand, and tell them what it is. A quarter is going to outlast every single argument we are having this week. You may as well stop and have a look at it before you let it go. Cedar Valley News has a group on Facebook. If you have something to add, you are welcome there. Tell us which of the 5 new quarters you have found in your change, and whether you stopped to look. I will put the link in the show notes. This is George Kahn, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people in town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the United States Mint's redesign of the nation's circulating coins for the 250th anniversary, with 5 new quarters, a new dime, and the dual date 1776 and 2026 is real.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.